we have some interesting breaking news for you guys. Uh, as you guys know, right? Trucking is, yeah, there's millions of truckers out there. And it's been a lot of accidents. It's gonna happen, right? But apparently, let me go ahead and make sure that I'm able to pull this up for you guys. So right here, okay, Florida DMV employees arrested and $120,000 fraud scheme selling CDLs to thousands of illegal migrants. This is what we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna read and see exactly. For those of you that may not know, right? Trucking is can be a very lucrative job, right? Challenging, definitely a lot of sacrifice, but there's been a lot of situation going on with illegal immigrants or undocumented illegal immigrants pouring into this country over the last few years. We talking about thousands on a daily basis, and these people need jobs. One demand job that a lot of them tend to go after is trucking. I mean, you can look over the internet, you'll see a lot of news articles, a lot of different articles about the trucking industry, about some of the things that's been happening and relating to accidents and all kinds of stuff. And this is actually a news that's actually been around for quite some time. I'm surprised that now they just actually getting into it to do something about it because this thing is not new, right? Yeah, just because they done arrest these 8 guys just recently doesn't mean it's something that, oh my goodness, it's been happening for like years. So let's go ahead and get into the news. Florida DMV employee arrested in CDL schemes. Yes, several individuals have been arrested in Florida in connection with a scheme involving the fraudulent issuance of commercial driver's license, CDL, and regular driver's licenses. So they were not just doing CDLs, they were also doing regular driver license. Here's a breakdown of the key detail. Who was arrested? 8 people were arrested, including 2 Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicle. So it was not just only people that work in the DMV that were giving these fake driver licenses, these fake CDL. We also had law enforcement officers, highway safety and motor vehicle officers who were involved into the scheme. So we have Bensley Velasco. Okay, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name right. So yeah, don't judge me on that. Okay, and we have Demetrius Smith. So I'm assuming those are the 2 guys that you see in that picture. And also several others, including intermediaries who facilitate the scheme, were also arrested. So there's a whole bunch of people that got arrested. What they were doing exactly. Authorities alleged that Velasco and Smith were issuing driver's licenses, including CDLs, without requiring individuals to pass the necessary tests and meet qualification. Let me tell you something like this. These people might as well commit, attempted murder because when you put somebody on the road, okay, let alone giving them a license to drive a semi truck, okay? I've driven semi trucks for many years, so I know you do not put that's like giving somebody a loaded weapon and don't tell them how to aim and shoot or whatever. Literally, that's what you're doing. All right, so let's continue. These licenses were essentially being sold. The investigation revealed they were issuing an unusually large number of licenses, according to landline media. So basically, they were issuing a ridiculous amount of licenses, which then make no sense in accordance with, I guess, the data, the system that they had, or whatever, right? All right, let's go into the extent of the fraud. Investigators believe hundreds, if not thousands, of both commercial and regular driver licenses were fraudulently issued through this scheme. The scheme may have been ongoing for up to 3 years. Let me tell you something like this. 3 years is, mumbo jumbo. It's not, these not 3 years. This thing's been going on for at least 15 years, okay? I know. I know. I'm in the industry. I'm in the trucking industry. I'm out there. I've been talking to people for years. I've been hearing about this scheme for at least 10 years. So forget the 3 years they're talking about here. Okay. Okay, the individuals obtaining the licenses were reportedly doing so through third party intermediaries, intermediaries, how you pronounce that word, including a business called Cuba Max, which processes immigration's document. So they were doing it through a third party. I don't know how that worked, but scammers, man. Listen, when if there's a way, they gonna make it happen. So Velasco and Smith faces multiple felony charges related to issuing unlawful driver licenses and official misconduct. The intermediaries also face charges related to their involvement in the fraud. I don't know. I think these people getting a slap on the wrist for me. I don't know. They don't make it seem like it's as serious as it is. This is serious. Okay. You know how many people that's out here driving these big semi truck, 80,000 pound, 73-foot long beasts on these roads, and then knowing that these guys didn't have the proper training, putting people's life in danger, right? Listen, I'm all for safety on the road. I'm all for safety for everybody that's on that road, safety for the drivers, safety for other people that's not, that's out there driving. You got kids in these cars, and then you have people that have no training whatsoever, and you put them behind the wheels of these trucks. And that to me, that's an ultimate crime right there because you're putting people's life at risk. It's a lot of accident that have happened, that's been happening over the course of, who knows, 5, 10 years. That who knows probably could have been avoided if these people did not get access to licenses without training, without the proper training. But anyhow, so approximately 120,000 in cash was seized from the homes of the two arrested DNV employees, right? And also authorities emphasize that putting untested drivers, right? So this is the impact it has as far as impact on road safety. Authorities emphasize that putting on untested drivers, especially those operating commercial vehicles on the road, is a serious threat to public safety. Of course it is. But as I'm reading this, I'm not getting any indication that, look, yo, this is a big deal. Like, so yeah, what about all the thousands of people that have actually paid to get these licenses, right? Are we gonna go after them? I mean, what are we doing with that? Okay. Because we can't just capture the people that actually was doing the scheme, but we don't go after the people that paid for those licenses. Now, should they be criminally charged? I don't believe so. Okay. I don't believe so. But at least they need to go back to school to get some training or something, right? Because you still got thousands of people out here that are driving. Either they're driving regular vehicle, and to make it work, they're driving a semi truck with no proper training whatsoever. So yeah, you caught the people that was, well, some of the people. I guarantee you, that's just a small percentage of people that was, selling licenses and CDLs to drivers with no training. I'm pretty sure there's like who knows how many thousands of them across the country. These people, they caught them in Miami. Man, they might have them in New York. They might have them in Texas. They might have them in California. Okay? California. They might have them in California. Definitely New York. Definitely Miami. I mean, Florida. We already know, right? So this is just one operation. Who knows how many operations around the country, and who knows how many people that's making money off these operations? Just like people was making mad money off of these people crossing the border illegally to the point where these people even got a they even got an app where they could cross the border, man. Who was getting paid for that? I know, some politician was getting paid off of them things. Come on, man. We can't act like they're not in on it. They ain't on it. Police officers, you know what I'm saying? Lawyers, judges, hey, listen, when there's a scheme being done, it's not being done by bad guys. It's being done by people with authorities in high places, right? People that can make things go away. People that, hey, he's a few thousand, he's a few $100,000. Just look away, act like you don't know, right? This is how things happen, right? So we can't act like we didn't know this whole scheme was going on. This America. Come on, stop it. Y'all know everything that's going on. The government knows everything. It's funny when they come out here and try to act like, well, we just found this out. We didn't know. How the heck you didn't know, bro? You know everything. You know when to fly. If I got a fly that flew in my front door right now, you know the government know about it. So stop acting like y'all don't know what be going on. Y'all know what be going on. The only difference, the only reason why we see certain people get caught is because they don't want to pay the fees. Pay me, I'm gonna make it go away. And the moment they stop paying the I'm gonna make it go away fee, that's when you see these people on the news. Well, we just caught these people committing schemes. So I'm gonna keep it real with you. You guys know I'm gonna keep it real because this is blunt and uncut. Okay, I'm just speaking my opinion. So if you feel some type of way about it, go pray to Jesus. Peace.